This is a man that has won the Champions League with Mamelodi Sundowns, has won the league with Mamelodi Sundowns, has won the league with Al Ahly, has won the Champions League with Al Ahly. PITSO Hamilton Mosimane.
This man is very, very good. He knows his stuff. He knows what he's really doing. He knows how to bring players together. He knows how to bring the best out of players. He knows the type of training, the type of facility. And one thing about PITSO is PITSO will never take up a job that is not well structured.
He has done incredibly well in club football, and that makes him one of the biggest coaches that have come out of South African soil.
Welcome back to EVO Sports. Today we are going to talk about the man that have seen it all in African football. He has seen it all as a coach, the best coach to have come out from Africa in club football, a man from South Africa. He won the CAF Champions League with Mamelodi Sundowns. He won the CAF Champions League with Al Ahly of Egypt. He won the Super Cup with the same Al Ahly. In club football, he has coached in so many places in person of PITSO Hamilton Mosimane. Born in 1964, July 26 precisely. He's 61 years of age. Then in his senior career, he played for Jomo Cosmo, he played for Mamelodi Sundowns, he played for Orlando Pirates as a footballer. Then he coached Super Sports United, South Africa in 2010-2012 season. He took the charge of Mamelodi Sundowns in 2012 to 2020, that was when he won the CAF Champions League for Mamelodi Sundowns and won about 5 different leagues for that same Mamelodi Sundowns. He coached Al Ahly of Egypt in 2020 to 2022. He went to Al Hilal of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, Al Wadad, Al Abba, and Estega. Chima, PITSO Hamilton Mosimane has seen it all in club football. He's a South African, the person I'm tipping to replace Hugo Broos if Hugo Broos leaves after the World Cup. What do you have to say about this man that has seen it all in club football in Africa? He has made Africa proud. He won the Glow Best Coach Award when it was given to him. He was the 10th best coach in the world given to him by FIFA. PITSO, a man that we will never look down on him. What do you have to say about PITSO Hamilton Mosimane?
PITSO Mosimane, I've always been a great coach, and I love his style of play. He's a very calm coach. I like it when the coach is coaching and the players understand. You can coaching is passing instruction and let the players on the pitch play what is in your mind. Coaching is playing on the pitch while you are outside. You cannot be coaching and the players on the pitch are just playing to their strengths alone. There should be an influence of a coach on every particular team. That is why when a team is losing, they decide to sack the coach, not the player. And then when the team is winning, they decide to give credit to the coach more because every team plays according to what the coach is passing out. Now, in the case of PITSO Mosimane, I've been following him for years. He has been a very great coach. When he was in Mamelodi Sundowns, he made me love Sundowns because those days a lot of good footballs that Sundowns were playing there. Then I enjoyed them. They played most of those tiki-taka football, enjoying themselves, passing the ball around, trying to take possession, enjoy themselves. I remember those days, if I'm not mistaken, players like Anthony Lafort, players like either Teku Modise or so. Some players then I can't really remember there that I used to see in Sundowns there many years back. But this man did not only achieve this feat in South Africa alone. He went outside South Africa because when you say you want to become great in life, you are not limited into only your country alone. So you should be able to do that thing that you are doing in your country. If you can repeat it outside, that means yes, that accolade will be given to you very, very well. This man have achieved a lot. Part of his achievement is the most decorated coach in South African football history, especially in the PSL. Then the only coach to win the CAF Champions League 3 times, once with Mamelodi Sundowns and then twice with Al Ahly. First South African coach to win every major domestic trophy in South Africa, league, cups, and knockout competitions. He was ranked among the world best coaches in 2016. He was ranked 10th best coach in the world. For an African coach not coaching in Europe or in Africa, for the world to recognize him, to rank him 10th best coach in 2016, I feel that is a very great achievement for for an African coach, because most times Africa tend to underrate black coaching because we feel like it's only when you employ a white coach that is when the job can be done. But no, but most times these things are misinterpreted, because why we believe in white coaches more in Africa is because they tend to give the white coaches free hand to operate most time, even when they are not the best, but they tend to give them more respect. So, and PITSO MOSIMANE have been a man who have been agitating for black coaches around at the world, telling them that black coaches are not bad, but because they don't get the opportunity that they deserve. So PITSO MOSIMANE have been one of the people that have been vocal and publicly supporting African coaches all over the world, feeling like if they are given the same opportunity they're giving white coaches, black coaches are going to do very, very well. Then domestic success, 5 PSL titles with Mamelodi Sundowns, 2024, 2016, 2018, 2019, 2020, a record all in that period. Multiple domestic cup victories, including Nedbank Cup and Telco Knockout trophies. PITSO coach of the season on at least 5 occasions. Continental international impact, 3 CAF Champions League titles, establishing him as one of Africa's most successful club coaches ever. He has won CAF Super Cup, he has played the Club World Club Cup,
And he came third in the Club World Cup.
Yes, he came third. I think he played Bayern Munich in one of those games. He did very well.
He defeated to come third, he defeated Palmeiras.
Yes, Palmeiras of Brazil also. So this man have really done well. Now, after coaching in Saudi Arabia, he went there in Al Ahly. He went to Saudi Arabia to also go and coach, where he won Saudi First Division title, securing promotion for Al Ahly Jeddah. So for him to still go there and still do something and perform, I think this man is very, very good. He knows his stuff. He knows what he's really doing. He knows how to bring players together. He knows how to bring the best out of players. He knows the type of training, the type of facility. And one thing about PITSO is PITSO will never take up a job that is not well structured. If you want to employ this young man in your club, you must have a level of structure. You must have a level of infrastructure in your team. If you don't have it, it does not go to a place where you have to manage, because you understand that for you to have value, for you to excel, you must place value on yourself. And by the time he comes into your team, if you don't have those necessary facilities, if you still apply and get that job, if things begin to go well, you will blame him. So definitely he keeps that standard first, that before I come to your club, you must have so amount of facilities that will enable me to train my players very well, so that if any type of training or any way I know that I want to develop my players to, I will be able to use those facilities. So he does not come there to manage. So these are one of the challenges that PITSO will be facing wherever he wants to get any job. So even off the pitch, to the extent that he was recognized off the pitch, honorary doctorate from the University of Johannesburg for his outstanding contribution to football was given to PITSO MOSIMANE. The doctorate recognized not just his trophies, but his influence on African football and development of young talent. Because before they can recognize him like that in the University of Johannesburg, that means he has done pretty well. Not just winning trophy, but PITSO have been a very good example to the world that African coaches as well, if given the opportunity, can excel in football, because everybody will know that most of these guys also have talent. They have understanding of this game, but just that they look down on them. And even in Africa, we don't value our own blacks. We value white people because we believe that they are the best. And whenever they come, the salary you are supposed to pay the black coaches, if the black coach is demanding for $100,000, you might say no, it's too much. But whenever a white coach comes in, you can even demand to pay him more than that $100,000. Why? Because you are seeing him differently. So this is one of the things that PITSO MOSIMANE have been fighting against. So he had a very unique career highlight, honestly. But first South African coach to lead a club to CAF Champions League victory and repeat that feat with another giant club in Africa. So this man, in fact, I'm not calling him young man. He's a matured man.
So give him respect. Don't call him young man.
Yeah.
He has seen it all.
He has seen it all, honestly. So
61 years old.
61 years old. PITSO MOSIMANE has been a very great impact in African football, for putting African football on the map in the world, voting him in 2016 10th best coach, winning CAF Champions League with 2 different clubs, going to Saudi to coach, promoting the club. Honestly, that man is a very great man.
Albert. PITSO John Amentine MOSIMANE. He has seen it all. in club football, in Africa, in Asia.
PITSO Mosimane is regarded and considered one of the best coaches that have emanated from the South African soil because of his remarkable antecedent history that he has made, winning a lot of laurels to himself. Between 2012 and 2020, he won up 5 PSL for Mamelodi Sundowns. He won the Champions League in 2016-2017 season. He won for the Nedbank Cup. He won so many trophies. He went outside the shores of South Africa. He went to Al Ahly in his first season. He won the Egyptian Cup. He won the league, won the Champions League 2022-2021 season. He won it. 2021-22 season, he still won it again. He won the Super Cup. He won so many trophies. His cabinet.
He came third in the World Club Cup.
In World Club Cup. He still went outside the African shores. He went to Saudi. He took Al Ahly SFC to win the second tier league in his first season, which was in 2023. He has done incredibly well in club football, and that makes him one of the biggest coach that have come out of South African soil. But
South Africa as a whole.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As South Africa, so even in Africa, even in Africa. But having said that, there are some other coaches too, though his rank and file is maybe that big than them. There are some other coaches too that have emanated too from the South African. People like Gavin Hunt won about 8 major trophies for the PSL. You understand?
Did he win the CAF Champions League?
No, he didn't win. No, listen, that's what I'm saying. Listen, see, everybody can have same achievement. That's why I'm identifying some coach too that have actually tried so much in the South Africa. And Gavin Hunt as well won 8 major trophies. Are you getting it? Winning with Super Sport United and beat West West. Are you getting it? Somebody like Igor Igesson as well won about 8 major trophies. Are you getting it? And Igor Igesson too is the coach, the first ever South African coach, or even the coach in Africa that have won a trophy from 4 different clubs. He won it in 1996-97 in the inaugural year of the PSL. He won it with Manning Rangers. In 2000-2001, he won it to Orlando Pirates. 2001-2002, he won it with Santos. 2006 and 2007, he won it with Mamelodi Sundowns. That is a remarkable history as well. He won about 8 major trophies. There again, Ted Dimitri as well won about 12 major trophies. But that one is an elderly man. He won about 12 trophies. The rave of the moment now, Rulwani Mokoena, the coach of the modern day powerhouse, the coach
former
of the
former assistant coach.
Yes, the present Mamelodi Sundowns head coach. At least he has won back-to-back leagues. They have all tried. They have good rank and files, but in all, PITSO Mosimane, his trophy cabinet, his richer seat above all these coaches, but all these coaches as well try, but PITSO, I think, is a domineering force in South African football or African football when it comes in terms of coaching.
This is a man that has won the Champions League with Mamelodi Sundowns, has won the league with Mamelodi Sundowns, has won the league with Al Ahly, has won the Champions League with Al Ahly, has won the Super Cup with Al Ahly, and has come third in the world stage with Al Ahly. PITSO Mosimane, Chima. Do you have any other thing to talk about PITSO? He introduced Tiki Taka into Mamelodi Sundowns.
You made mention of PITSO trying to tipping him to go for the Bafana job. Yes, although he coached South Africa before.
2010, 2012, right?
Then, but one of the biggest challenges that he is facing, why he might not coach South Africa, there are different challenges. One, most times when the job opportunity comes out, when the vacancy is open, he's always attached to a club side. One. So by so doing that, might not be able to leave the club and go coach Bafana. Well, secondly, he has made it clear that coaching Bafana is not his main priority. He wanted to conquer Africa with club side because two, again, is that PITSO said that if the conditions, he made mention, he said, if the conditions are right and there is a clear long-term vision, I would consider Bafana job. So what does he mean by that? PITSO loves to coach where he will be given time. because implementing his philosophy is not just one day, it's not just 1 month. And then he complained about the international breaks, because coaching the national team this thing requires a lot of patience, and it's a bit more difficult than club side, but somehow easier depending on the perspective you are looking at from. Why do I say so? Why I say so is that in a year now, how many camps do you open for international teams? Maybe it might not even be up to 5 or 6 camps in the international break. So within that period of time, coaches are when you are not coaching daily, you will get affected, your mentality, your philosophy. By the time you invite some certain players to come and play this match, this friendly game, after implementing your philosophy, within 2-3 days of camping, they play the match, they return back to their club side. After returning back to club side, then after 3 months again or 2 months again, they come back again. Probably maybe you'll be inviting different kind of players again. You start up again at the same time. So PITSO find it difficult in that aspect. He believes that his own way of coaching, he wants a club or a place where he will be guaranteed long-time vision. Then he will be able to be coaching every day by day, because if he is coaching every day, it will enable him to implement his philosophy, so that any player that is having at his disposal everyday training, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they can get used to the way he wants them to play. They can get used to his atmosphere, to his mentality, because it takes a whole lot to train team, to bring team to your idea. Because remember, these are the ones on the pitch, you are outside. Now you are telling people, this is what I want from you, this is how you should play. The opponent also have their own strategy that they are coming with as well too. So definitely, you coaching a team, you cannot just easily build a team under a short period of time, because in that training ground, every day by day, there are training that you need to repeat every day. You need to repeat that training for certain players, and there are players that you might be dishing out some instructions. They are not really getting that instruction, because it is not their style of play, or their level of football understanding might not get to that level. So definitely you need to change those players by signing players from another place. And there's some kind of free kicks, there's some kind of pull out, there's some kind of tactical plays that you will always want your players to do. By the time you train that 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, before they can master it to come and use it on the pitch of play, it takes a lot of time. So PITSO Mosimane have known all these things already. So that is why he has been avoiding coaching a national team football. So that is why he prefers club football, because he believes that coaching that club football will enable him to bring that the best. He does it daily there. So definitely he can. And coaches, if once you are into football, you find it difficult to stay at home. You find it difficult to stay without doing anything. Just like an international sitting at home without going to the gym, without going to play all-star Sunday morning or Saturday morning, you feel as if you are missing. PITSO does not just want to sit at home and then only wait for international break. So it feels like, once I want to get a job, let the job be constant. Every day I want to be on the pitch, controlling this game, teaching this football. So, but now he has been linked to Kaizer Chiefs coaching job, which is still giving them his he's still contemplating and giving them his condition, because PITSO is a big coach. Know that his salary range as well have been a barrier somehow with Bafana, because you and I know that the way they treat African coaches and players in this country, in this part of the world, is quite different. Because now, if PITSO demand for $100,000, Bafana coach is earning almost $100,000, who go Blues. If PITSO demands such amount of money, he might not be giving. They might feel like it's too much, but they can pay Ugo Blues. Why? Because Ugo Blues is a white man. You understand? And so that respect will be there. But PITSO Mosimane might come here and say, I want to take $100,000. You feel like, who are you? Why will you take that? So people in the SAFA might decide to say, no, why will you take that? Why will you pay a black man or this man? So all of these things have been PITSO challenge. And PITSO, with the level he has attained, the level of achievement he has gotten in his career, level of pedigree, integrity, records, statistic. Definitely this is football, and football statistics speak for themselves, and you cannot expect PITSO to collect less when he wants to change. Except he just decide to do that because I love you so much, or I want to sacrifice. But if you are bargaining with a man like PITSO to come and undo someone that have seen it all, that have won CAF Champions League, that the world have recognized, that have been voted 10th best coach in the world, that have played against the likes of Bayern Munich, Palmeiras, played in Club World Club, played in every competition, won a lot, traveled to won the Egyptian Cup. So if, especially in Africa, if he's coming like a big boy to come and take up your, so you should be the one begging him to reduce, to please, sir, how can you help us? Not him coming to beg for a job. If PITSO decide not to coach again today, he have achieved. There are many coaches in Africa today that might never even got to his half of
not only in Africa, in the world.
In the world, that might never even get to half of what he has achieved. If PITSO happen to be a white man in Europe by now, I think PITSO will be coaching lots of Brazil or England with a whole salary of maybe $5 million them
the
pounds per
level, the
year.
level of
They rated him
Mourinho.
so high that even clubs like Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man U will have been competing to sign him for a huge amount of money. But because that race, that black man mentality is still happening around the world, summer. But with that level, despite that, PITSO have really done well. That coaching Bafana, yes, it might happen tomorrow. Hugo Broos said he's stepping down, but Hugo Broos have made it clear that he wants his assistant because his assistant have understand the level
He has understudied him.
Yes, he has understood it, and he understood a lot about everything around South African football, the way Hugo Broos have been coached. And I feel like Bafana, if they really love Hugo Broos, they want to continue with that
Legacy.
With that legacy. They want to take the assistant coach, and Hugo Broos is demanding that they must pay that assistant coach exactly the same salary he says. So he's trying to pave way for that assistant coach, so that because maybe when people serve you loyalty, when they give you their loyalty, everything, I believe that you also will also want to make them feel happy. So I believe that Makelele did well. He has done well for Hugo Broos. He have assisted him so well. He has been so loyal. So Hugo Broos is feeling like, if I'm living here, I know, we in Africa, we don't recommend when our brothers are recommending somebody to, but when a white man is recommending somebody to you,
you grab it with
you
two
grab
hands.
it with two hands. So Hugo Broos is trying to do that for Makelele, so that when he leaves after the World Cup, that man can continue that job. But then again, we can know whether South Africa will continue. But for now, Hugo Broos have been under the spotlight because of racist messages between him and Mbokazi. There have been a lot going on between them. They have been trying to tell, even one political party in South Africa are filing a petition against him, writing to human rights activists to petition Hugo Broos that he made a racist statement against Mbokazi.
Yeah.
But all of those things are the challenges South Africa. So if this continue, some are even asking for him to step down before the Nations Cup or before the World Cup. But then again, SAFA will not just have to handle things based on rumors or based on what people are saying. They have to be logical about it again. They have to consider the future of the team, what he has done already. So, but I feel like if that is the case, he should apologize. But if he does not apologize, maybe SAFA might decide not to go with his legacy again. So if they decide not to continue with Hugo Broos, I'm not sure they will continue with the assistant. Maybe they might go for PITSO Mosimane if they can give him the condition that he wants.
Albert, in club football, Mosimane's record is far ahead of Hugo Broos' record in club football. Remember, Hugo Broos coached JS Kabylie and some other clubs in Belgium and so forth and so on. But based on records that Mosimane has, he has won the CAF Champions League with Mamelodi Sundowns. He has won the CAF Champions League twice with Al Ahly. He has won the CAF Super Cup with Al Ahly. He has won the Egyptian Cup. He has been named the best player, coach of the year in Africa, and he has been named the 10th best coach in the world. You can see the record. Do you think that in club football, Hugo Broos can match PITSO Mosimane head to head?
No, in club football, the record speaks for itself. PITSO Mosimane has a healthy CV. He has his cabinet filled with medals and trophies and all of that. So in club football, he's a big person considering what he has attained as a coach. But you see, national team football is quite different from club football. Trust me, the best coach in the world in terms of club football do not actually perform well in national team. And if you check very well, most of those coaches that have performed very well, incredibly well in club football, they don't like going to national team football because they think if they go to national team football, they may not perform the way they expect. Because you see, the mix of players you have in a football club, the time you have to sign a player, maybe by January or at the end of the season, you may not have that at national team football because national team football basically has to do with a mix, a crop of players that you find in a particular year. Sometimes, even in Germany, Brazil today are facing such that they don't have that mix of players that play that samba kind of football we grew up watching. So Brazil can be knocked out of the World Cup at any stage. Are you getting it? Nigeria as well. Are you getting it? Nigeria don't have that players we have 1994, 1998, even in 1980. We don't have them now. I mean, those matured, composed, and exposed kind of players. I don't mean traveling abroad to play abroad. That's not what I mean. I mean those players that have the ability to curtail high-profile matches. We don't have them now. We only have players that you can just pick few of them and say, okay, these players can actually perform well and give the right result at the right time if the right team is in order to give them the balls that they want at every point in time. So looking at the coach, Hugo Broos, and PITSO Mosimane. Mosimane have actually performed credible well in club football that has surpassed far beyond limit what Hugo Bruce has performed. But look at the national team football. When PITSO was given the Bafana job, at least he came under a level of criticism when he was.
That was 2010.
Yes, when he was at the Ems of Affair, he came through several levels of criticism. That's on one side. Hugo Bruce now has at least over 75 to 80% of some section of South African people, they love his coaching style, the way he has mixed the player, the way he has harnessed them to become a cohesive unit and all of that. And their even style of play, their pressing, offensive kind of play, he has bring a level of development into that South African kind of South African team and bring that fluidity and what it takes for to South Africa to even succeed better in the AFCON. But be it as it may, every coach don't have the ability to perform. It's just that you're saying, no matter how venomous a dog is, he can't guide two compound. It's not possible. You can't guide two compound. So some coaches may have the ability, the technicality, the philosophy, the ideology to manage a club. They may not have same in national team. Thomas Tuchel is the coach of England now. He won the Champions League. He played very well when he was in PSG, even when he was in Dortmund. But in the England team now, he's going to face his first major trophy test at the World Cup. Let's see what he's going to what he's going to perform. Joachim Low, the former coach of German side, he didn't make a handful of, but he won the World Cup with the German side. A lot of things like that. So what is actually good for the goose sometimes is not good for the gander. So a coach may perform well, win a lot of laurels at club level, but when it comes to national side, he may not be able to meet up that part, especially because a set of players is meeting, or the players that actually thrive in that particular period of a national, be it anywhere they are playing, they may not have the right, you understand, should I call it the right ingredient to perform when you mix them in the Super Eagles. That's what in the particular team. Yeah. That's what we're saying now about the Super Eagles team. We may have individual players performing well in their various clubs, but we not have the mix of players, the team as a unit that will perform well at the Nations Cup. Though I actually said in the first instance that this is just the squad is a skeletal framework. When they get there, we'll see what they have in the kitty. But putting Mosimane and Hugo Bruce in a scale of comparison, I think Mosimane has performed credibly well, far better than him at club level, but at national team, he has not actually performed. So, but I still maintain the fact that everybody cannot perform at the same level, both at club level and at national team level, because everybody has where his own ideology or philosophy about the game falls into.
Anyway, Tim, I want to ask you this question before we round up, and I will still ask the same question to you, Albert. If you want to compare PITSO Mosimane in club football to a European coach in the world, which coach will you compare him with in club football? Which coach will you rate him on the same level? If you put both of them on a scale.
That is a very tough one, but with what I've seen PITSO Mosimane do in club football, I think if Guardiola will be too high, I feel people like Ancelotti, in world football, I think they have a similar style of play and a similar character, because they are very mature, they are very intelligent, they know how to bring out the best from the players. People like Carlo Ancelotti in Europe, they know how to handle issues around the team, and they are not used to controversies. They are not used to, fighting. They are not used, yes, sometimes you can get angry, but in terms of style of play, if PITSO happens to be a white man or in Europe, or based in Europe, or have achieved this kind of record in
Europe,
I think PITSO will have been compared with the likes of Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, and
Jose
Mourinho and all these Alex Ferguson, because playing in Sunderland, because if you just have to bring that picture that, okay, this is Europe, let's assume PSL is EPL league now, because we are saying it as Africa, league, PSL. That is why many people will be thinking, or many people don't even know him. But when we say, imagine the level of PSL, if PSL just turn around now, let's assume we put PSL in Europe, and a coach like this have achieved that kind of feat with Mamelodi Sundowns, you are not going to tell me that you will rate him low. No, you can never rate something.
You can never rate him
low. Then leaving PSL, going to Egypt now, let's assume he left England to Spain
or Germany
again, and go and repeat the same thing again with another team again, win the Champions League again, do some of those things he has done in PSL. So you can't tell me that that person is a sport because of the level Africa find themselves in the world. Because of that, so it makes when people achieve some certain feat in Africa, those feats are meant to be undermined or underrated because of where you are achieving them. You understand? There are many coaches in Europe that have not even achieved, even despite having big team at their disposal, they have never achieved what PITSO MOSIMANE have achieved with his club. So
like Mikel Arteta,
you understand now? Their team, Arsenal have been signing coaches for years now. They have not won the league. They have not won the Champions League. They have enough money to. But PITSO even left Africa, left the shores of Africa, go to Saudi Arabia.
And a
club that have not been promoted before, they got promotion within a short period of time. Then he got the club promoted to play in the top division. So how else can you tell me about a good coach? A coach who comes into a club side, before leaving that club side, he must make sure he achieves something.
Yeah,
so I feel like PITSO MOSIMANE is one of the greatest coaches in Africa. And then knowing where that PSL also was a very tough league, you know, people were thinking that okay, you did it in PSL, then and so what, because you have a Sundown, but at the same time you can have Sundowns and still not win the league. You can have Barcelona and not win the league.
Yes.
You can have a lot of players in Real Madrid and still not win the league, because your experience still matters a lot. So going to Al Ahly as well, repeating the feat, conquering Africa, conquering the same Sundowns he left as well too, because when he left, there was a coach in Sundown. So why didn't the coach win?
Continue,
you understand, win a lot of things. But at the end of the day, that shows the level PITSO is operating, because he have a high self-esteem, and then he has a standard that he has been set. Because I feel like anytime PITSO want to collect a job, he always give them a standard. He always check your facility, your infrastructure, then your vision about the club. He will know whether he can key into those visions. So he does not rush to get any job anyhow. If he fits into that vision, then he can come in. Then coming in, if you give him time, he will be able to analyze the players. He will work with what you have, then get other ones that he can get. So PITSO, for me, I can compare it to the likes of Carlo Ancelotti, compared to the likes of Guardiola, because he's a very great coach indeed.
Okay, Albert, a quick one.
Without any form of doubt, I want to see him having same characteristics like somebody like Zinedine Zidane. One or two reasons. You know, when Zidane won the Champions League back to back, yes, back to back, I remember a lot of tabloids that time used to write Madrid off because of the way Barcelona used to win them in El Clasico, in cups and all of that. They were written off. But they went ahead to win the Champions League 3 times consecutively. It wasn't a fluke. He proved the middle. And don't forget, even that year, the way because they were not even actually winning the league, they only went ahead to win the Spanish the Spanish Cup. Now you see the King's Cup, Copa del Rey. Now, in that same winning the Champions League, they went ahead to win back-to-back World Club Cup. Yeah. Now, this is a team that was written off, because Zidane came into the team that is not experienced in terms of coaching. Are you getting it? Now, the PITSO MOSIMANE, he won the Champions League with Mamelodi Sundowns 2016-2017. He went ahead outside the shores of South Africa. He went to Al Ahly, won it back-to-back. He won the Super Cup, won many titles, even went after outside the African soil. He went to Saudi Arabia and proved the same middle. Are you getting it? Now, I see him, one of the characteristics I see again with Zidane is going to the fact that he's not somebody that's in a hurry to have a job. A lot of teams have come after Zidane, but he's not in a hurry. Perhaps they are not agreeing with his terms and conditions. That's what I see PITSO as well doing. So if you're not in terms with my terms and conditions, instead of me to go there and become a flop, let me avoid the job. If you are good with my terms and conditions, my contractual agreement, I will come into it and prove what I have got. So I see him having the same mentality or philosophy like Zinedine Zidane. So it's a thumbs up to him. He has actually made Africa proud. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we have come to the end of this.
Sorry, one of the challenges why PITSO have not gotten jobs in the national team is that he said he does not want interference of government or interference of
like Nigeria.
That's terms and conditions now.
Maybe in Bafana team, they know that as a black man, if they give him the job, maybe there's no way they can avoid interfering. But you know, Ugo Bruce is a white man, so
they will not want to interfere.
So that is one of the challenges he's been facing.
Anyway, we have come to the end of this episode, but then I will say congratulations to PITSO MOSIMANE